One of the greatest battles that women have in this world is the battle of the body image. Hi, David Essel here. I've been experiencing this, watching this, studying this, helping people with this for 45 years. When I first came into the world of coaching, as a matter of fact, one of my first clients was an athlete who was in incredible shape. She was a runner. Her body was amazing. And the first couple of times I talked to her, all she did was put her body down and said, this could be better, this could be thinner, this could be more muscular. And I was going, oh my God, that was my first introduction of a very high caliber athlete that was continually putting herself down in her body. Now, if an athlete does that, and I put one and one together when I was very young in 1980 and figured this could be a huge thing that I could help millions and millions of women with across the world. David Essel here is a counselor, master life coach, author of 15 books and more. This is a very serious issue. We have so many women in our country and in this world that constantly are judging themselves because their body isn't that of an Instagram model. And I'm going to stop right there. I know Instagram models. I've seen them out of the spotlight, out of the makeup, out of the cameras, out of the filters, and a lot of them are average-looking women. And that's not bad. An average-looking woman is a great-looking woman, for God's sake, right? But when women compare themselves, and I just went through this with a young woman the other day who's my client. She's in her late 20s, and she is just always picking apart her body. And we went into the history of it. Of course, we always have to find the origin of these disorders, right? This body dysmorphia disorder. And it went all the way back to childhood. She said, when she was in school, she was picked on for being a little chubbier than other girls. She had not matured yet, and then when she started to mature, she had very large breasts. So then boys in school started picking on her and teasing her because of her large breasts. And then it went from one thing to the next, and she gets to be in her late 20s, and she's not feeling confident. She's not feeling secure. She's not feeling anything like she really should, right? And so we talked a lot about body image. Thich Nhat Hanh, the famous Vietnamese Buddhist monk, has a great saying. It says, and it's a mantra that he encourages people to use: I love my body, I am home. I love my body, I am home. I love my body, I am home. When we talk about acceptance, we're not saying that we can't make changes and make our bodies better as women. What we're saying is we have to start now with acceptance. If we don't like our body, the odds are we're going to eat crap food, we're not going to work out, we're not going to exercise, we're not going to meditate. If we don't like our body, the odds are we're going to pick friends that don't like their bodies either, and we're going to all get together and have this kumbaya celebration of how our bodies suck. And that is the truth. I have seen women in packs of 4 and 6 and 8 that are talking about their bodies. And, one would say, oh my God, that dress looks so great on you. And the other one says, well, if my breasts were a little bigger, it would really look wonderful. And then someone else would say, oh my God, your breasts are great. It's my ass that's too big. And then someone else would say, are you kidding me? I'd love to have your ass. My thighs suck. And I'm sitting here listening to this in complete shock. Now, I don't think men stand around doing it with their bodies, but I'm going to do another video on one of the greatest challenges in mass consciousness with men. But the greatest challenge that I have seen for 45 years with women in mass consciousness is comparison, is trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to keep up with the impossible. There are some women that are just born genetically absolutely beautiful with beautiful bodies, and then there are the rest of us. The rest of us have to work to have a beautiful body or a more acceptable body. I remember Lizzo, the singer. I watched a clip of a concert she did, and I was so freaking proud of her. I mean, she's got to be 250, 300 pounds overweight or something like that. And she stood on stage for at least 2 to 3 minutes talking about loving her body. And she said, there's a lot of people that put me down for being overweight. And she said, I really don't care. I love my body. I love every part of it. I stand in the mirror and I absolutely love it. Now, the only caveat to this is that if you're really overweight and you're loving your body, but you're taking care of it, you're walking for exercise, you're eating healthy foods, you're meditating, you're doing all that kind of stuff, then you should love your body, right? But a lot of times when we get into that position, if we are saying how much we love our body, and we're eating junk food and we're not paying attention to exercise, and that's a totally different story. I'm not talking about that. But you can love your body 100, 200, 300 pounds overweight. And if you don't start today, the odds are you ain't ever starting. I've worked with so many women that said, David, I'll start loving my body when I lose this last 25 pounds. When really they have about 75 to lose. Have you ever noticed that? When people have a lot of weight to lose, they'll way underestimate it. So they have 75 pounds to lose and they'll say, well, you know, if I could just get an extra 10 pounds off. They're lying to themselves, they're lying to me, they're lying to everyone. We all know that they need to lose a hell of a lot more than 10 pounds. Now, I don't call them out on it. I say, great, let's go after those 10 pounds. And when we lose those 10 pounds, I'll always say the next. Awesome, look at what you did with those 10. Let's nail the next 10. But the body image thing is crucial. So here's number one. Quit comparing yourself to other women with your body. Quit it right now. As a matter of fact, in our journal, I wish I had a copy of it in front of me, the Ultimate Gratitude Journal. You can get a free copy at the website, talkdavid.com. We have 2 columns that you write every day, what you're grateful for and what your challenges are. And I encourage women to get this. This is a perfect journal for this type of work. So on the left-hand side, every day I have my clients write, I love my body, I am home. Then underneath it, they may write, I went for a 30-minute walk today, proving they love their body. Then underneath that, they'd write, I brought a salad to work instead of going to a fast food joint, proving they love their body. And then underneath, they'll write, at 8 o'clock at night, this is usually when I eat sugar foods, etc., but instead I ate yogurt with a banana or something like that, right? Awesome. Now that's proven you love your body. Now on the other side of the column, if you say, you know, I was on Instagram and I saw Mary somebody's picture and oh my God, I felt like I was a nobody. All these comments of how beautiful she is, all these comments of a body I'll never have, all these comments of lips I'll never have, all these comments. And when I read that from one of my clients, I looked at her and I said, do you see how this damages our self-confidence and self-esteem? And she started crying right in the office, which I thought was great. It touched her. I let her cry for several minutes. I did not interrupt her at all, which is a key in the world of therapy. Allow your clients to release those emotions. When she was done crying, she looked up at me and she said, I know. I've been doing this ever since I was a little kid. My mom used to compare herself to all the other ladies in the neighborhood. I was there from 0 to 18, hearing her always talk about her thighs, her calves, her waist, how terrible everything was. I picked up all those habits, and now I'm carrying them into my adulthood, and it's disgusting. But the great news, we can change it. Listen, number one, quit comparing yourself to others. Now, if that means blocking people on social media because you just don't feel like seeing these perfect bodies, block them. Unfollow them, whatever it might be. Who cares? This is your mental health. This is your physical health. This is your attitude that we're saving. This is you building confidence. And if you have to build confidence by not looking at these people that are using all kinds of makeup and all kinds of filters and all kinds of lighting and all kinds of fill in the blank, with a lot of them, there's no need to compare. Right? There is just absolutely no need to compare. I dated years and years ago a supermodel. She was absolutely stunning. But you know, when we went to bed at night, she never took her makeup off. And when we got up in the morning, she would lock every door in a bathroom to make sure that I never saw her without makeup. I never saw this woman one time without makeup. Why? She was incredibly insecure. Now, here's a supermodel that was incredibly insecure. She had body image issues, and she was a supermodel making millions of dollars a year. So let's take a big breath. Let's get into reality. Let's stop comparing ourselves. So we stop comparing ourselves to people on, let's say, Instagram. We stop talking to other individuals about how our body isn't perfect. We stop talking to ourselves about how our body isn't perfect. Listen, I can help you switch this, change this, make you the most incredibly happy individual in the world, regardless of your weight, if you're willing to do a little bit of work. Reach out to me at talkdavid.com. We have specials going on right now because of inflation. 5 books on the website for free that you may find some great benefits for. There's also a link there to our YouTube channel with 2,600 videos. We need to get our mindset shifted, and then we can shift our body. Let's do it together. There's no sense going through life with low self-confidence, low self-esteem, a high comparison to others, which makes us feel like crap. I want you to feel beautiful. I want you to feel beautiful starting right now. I'm David Essel. Talk David is the website. Let's work together.